heard.
We value your feedback regarding our programs. For any complaints, reach us via broadcast.ictv@faithembassymedia.com or +254 115 080 220.
You are watching In Christ Television. You need to be heard.
It's so easy to get mad. Some people can get all bent out of shape over almost anything, but it takes real guts to keep it together, to control yourself. Anger usually only makes things worse, and it's detrimental to our health and happiness. Let's stop trying so hard to change things we cannot change. God can set you free from anger, but you have to ask Him to.
You are watching In Christ Television. You need to be heard.
Hello, welcome to Health Hub Show. My name is Lillian Wanjiku. I'll be your host today. We'll be talking about maternal, infant, and young child nutrition. Really, it is an exciting topic for us today. We are here in Plainsview, actually, again with our nutritionist. He's a clinical nutritionist and dietetic technologist. His name is Silas Ojuma. So, guys, you better stay tuned and learn something new from this guy. He's loaded with a lot of stuffs to help your children, your infants, and your young babies. So, karibu sana Daktari. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
You're good.
Welcome so much, Lillian.
Okay.
This is another great time to have you here, and you are much welcomed.
I'm welcome.
You are welcome, and we also welcome our viewers. And as you start us this journey, as we come and engage on the health of our babies.
That is
and now, for this reason, today we are going even to engage on the pre-pregnancy health.
Pre-pregnancy health.
Yes.
That is really encouraging. Actually, from the last episode we did, there was a lot of great responses. People saying they are learning a lot, which was really amazing. So thank you for actually giving us this kind of knowledge. We appreciate that. So first of all, I think you can just introduce you as a person. Tell us again what you do here. And where can we find Plainsview actually? It's good that people may get to know about Plainsview. Cindy?
Yes.
Just briefly. Yes.
Okay, once again, it's another great opportune time that we are here to learn. Once more, my name is Silas Juma Michael. I'm a clinical nutrition and dietetic technologist. This is Plainsview Hospital. It's located within Ruiru along Thika Road. Off your way to Ruiru town from Service Lane, you come from bypass along Service Lane. Off Ruiru town, you will find a nice blue hospital situated there. Thank you so much, and we welcome people. You can come physically and visit us.
And visit you.
Yes.
People. Yeah, I am sure that they will get really the right medications
Yes.
and right people here.
Yes.
Most of you I know are born again. I know that, and you really are doing a good job, which is good. Now, let's jump into our topic for at least our viewers to have a good time to listen to you, because you're the one actually teaching us. And I'm really humbled to also learn from you as a young, okay, not yet a young mother, not yet married, but you know, it's really good to learn these things ahead of time, right? Yes. So, let's jump in and tell us what is maternal, infant, and young child nutrition. What really is that?
Okay, thank you so much. Today we are going to learn a very critical knowledge in the life of a mother and a child. So maternal nutrition and young child and infant nutrition, this is basically the nutritional status of a mother in pre-pregnancy status, that is before conception, during pregnancy, that is during conception, then after deliver, during delivery, after delivery, and now with this child from day 0 to 1 year to 24 months until 5 years of age.
Oh,
yes.
So that is basically.
So it's a couple of engagements that we are going to engage, discussing what is essential pre-pregnancy until 5 years of age of this child after delivery.
Okay.
Yes.
So I got some few questions here. I think you can really answer them for the sake of our viewers to really understand. And I will just jump in as they are. So bear with me. But they are meant for just clarity for them to understand what is this. So whatever I'll ask, it will be direct as asked, right? So the first question is basically, what is the most important nutrients for pregnant women, and how do they support the baby's development?
Okay, thank you so much. First, before I get back to your question very fast, I want to tell our viewers, and according to like the Kenyan Constitution, that is section 53 cap 1c, it says that every child has a basic right for quality food, for adequate nutrition needs. So when any child is born, even the provision of our constitution provides that this child should receive basic nutrition needs in adequate and quality manner. Then also the same constitution provides, that is in section 43 cap 1c, it says that everyone has a right to be free from hunger and receive quality food. And Children's Act 2001, it says that every child has a right to access quality food at the right quality and quantity. So this one means that even the constitution provides for every child to receive good, adequate, and quality nutrition. So now to embark on your question.
Yes.
So the most nutrients that are needed by a mother, it varies with the state of a mother. Pre-pregnancy state, during pregnancy, and postnatal state. Pre-pregnancy state, we say that pre-pregnancy nutritional status will determine what is the nutritional status of the baby that you are going to bear. Before conception, 1, the mother should have the right body mass index. We say the BMI. The body mass index should not be below 18.5 kgs per meter square.
Okay, wait a minute. Telling me that 18, a person with 20 kilograms can have a child or what?
Yes, okay. When we assess the body mass index, we consider weight and we consider height.
A height. Oh,
yes.
Yes. Okay.
So when you tell me someone with maybe 50 kgs, we also consider the height. Maybe if we have time, we could have maybe a display where we can calculate for our patients, we can sample something. Maybe in the near future, we can have maybe a call and one-on-one, maybe with our viewers, we can sample a few, we add some anthropometric measurement, the weight, the height. Then we check what is the ideal. Because for the BMI now, the normal BMI should be between 18.5 to 24.9.
Oh, I get that.
But overweight starts from 25 to 29.9. Then now we have categories of obesity. 30 to 34.9, that is obesity grade 1. 35 to 39.9, that is obesity grade 2. So now morbidity stage. Now this is that's over 40 BMI. That is when now you are at risk of getting these other comorbidities, hypertension, diabetes. But now that is now the other side. But now we are talking this side, below 18.5. This mother is wasted. This mother is underweight. You know, when the mother is underweight, it means also she is deficient of some vitamins and micronutrients.
That's right.
So she can easily bear a baby with deficiency also. And even complications that are associated with deficiency can easily arise.
Oh, wow.
So for that reason, this mother should have adequate iron in the body. So iron should be very, very normal. Folic acid, calcium. So these things should be normal for this mother, and this mother should have normal weight.
The normal way.
Yes.
Wow, that is really quite good to know, because most people, and you've quoted about what the constitution is in, every child has a right,
Yes.
which is very important. That tells me that the moment you're planning for pregnancy, you also need to recheck on what you're eating. How is you in terms of health matters? Uko namna gani for you to receive this whole thing in your body? Yenye it can either can it kill, by the way? It's good to know. Can a pregnancy kill somebody beside complications?
Can a pregnant woman, pardon?
Kill somebody beside complications.
Okay. Pregnancy can kill. Okay. In pregnancy, we say that there are complications that are related to pregnancy. Let me say, for instance, you develop hyperglycemia in pregnancy. Hyperglycemia can kill you. That's diabetic in pregnancy. It's called gestational diabetes. Some people can get preeclampsia. When you get hypertension in pregnancy, it can kill. Some people can get even a drastic bleeding. So these things can kill. So any complication that can arise in pregnancy can lead to death of a mother. Yes.
For example, pre-eclampsia, you've called that.
Yes.
Inatokanga from where? Where is it coming from?
Okay, there are changes in metabolism during pregnancy. There is change in now when a mother is pregnant, she joins a vulnerable group. Now with pregnancy, now you are exposed, or you are at risk, you are immune compromised person. And for this reason, that's why I say that you need to have your normal weight. Assume now you are obese and you get expectant. So you are at high risk of developing high BPs, this high pressure. So even there are genetical issues. Maybe now the pregnancy now exacerbated everything, because now you are immune compromised, because maybe your parents had pressure issues. Now you are immune compromised, you get these issues. So even change in metabolism, change on how your body metabolizes and absorbs nutrient, it changes everything. It can exacerbate these comorbidities.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, that's quite good to know. You've talked about folic acid in pregnancy. What really is the role of it, and why is it really critical for the early stages of development?
Okay, folic acid is very, very essential, because folic acid, it's vital in the development of a baby's nervous system. So the nervous system plays a very big role in cognitive development and even the development of every part of the body. Without a nervous system, you cannot coordinate, you cannot even do it. The functionality of the body cannot coordinate. So it is very, very important that the mother gets. In fact, we give folic acid as a supplement, because there is increased demand of folic acid during pregnancy. Because this is a mother that needs folic acid, and there is also a developing fetus that also needs folic acid to develop the nervous system. So and even for the general development. So it is advisable when the mother is expectant, they get an additional of these things. That is folic acid. We also add iron. So it's very, very essential. And in most cases also, we also add in calcium supplement.
Supplements.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That is so good to know. Most young mothers, I know during early pregnancies, the first phase, these women tend to have morning sicknesses. So there's a question here that is asking, what are some healthy eating tips for women who experience morning sickness or food aversions during pregnancy?
Okay, thank you so much. That's a very, very good question that most of our mothers have been passing throughout these challenges. And most of them, even they don't visit the clinics. So they keep on battling with these challenges at home.
Yes.
So what I can really say, morning sickness, and in other medical terms, you can call it hyperemesis gravidarum issues. So in hyperemesis, it's a common problem, and it mainly goes and it becomes even milder at the 4th month of pregnancy. But it is severe at the onset of pregnancy, and it goes and it becomes milder. And especially after the 1st trimester, this is mostly where the mother gets relieved out of these symptoms. Now that the mother feels kind of nausea. Yes, nausea. So for this reason, the mother should adopt to food modifications. Because when you have eating disorders, you need to develop food modifications. One, when you have hyperemesis or this morning sickness, for someone to manage this and in pregnancy, you should avoid eating foods that are highly spiced.
Highly spiced?
Yes.
Interesting.
Spices stimulate nausea. Then you should avoid foods that are high fat foods, because high fat food also induces nausea. Then you should not take food with meals. Instead, you take food in between meals.
Okay, explain that.
Because when you take food with meals, first you get full very fast, and you can easily feel to vomit. Then again, you should also consider taking foods that are dry, rather than taking foods with a lot of fluids. You can consider. That's why I say you do food modifications. And when this woman sleeps at night, you should at least sleep when your head is slightly elevated, not on flat surface. Then again, she should avoid eating and sleeping immediately. You should have some time
to just take time.
So controlling these things, you should actually develop what is called food or dietary modifications. And this one relates to other issues like heartburn. They also develop heartburn issues. And this one also becomes severe at almost the latter stage of pregnancy. They also need, you elevate your head while sleeping. You also don't take meals with water.
That's right.
You also avoid taking one large meal. Instead, you take small frequent meals. You spread your meals.
Okay.
Yes.
So no, that's funny though, because most pregnant women, sijui njaa hutoka wapi. These people feed, and they just want to just eat one meal once. So now this thing telling somebody at free kidogo.
Yes.
That's quite interesting though, that it's good to know
that.
that.
Because when you take one large meal, one thing, that's why I say you need to do modifications. It is better you do small meals that you can retain rather than taking one large meal that you can throw.
That's right.
And this one also relates to constipation. These are also common conditions during pregnancy. Yes.
Wow.
So for a mother to control these issues of constipation, one, she should take foods that are whole meals, whole grain, whole cereals, rather than refined foods. Refined foods exacerbate constipation. This mother should get fluids adequately. She should take adequate clean water. This mother should incorporate vegetables and fruits in her diet. She should employ the use of food diversification rather than observing one line of food.
Wow.
Like concentrated starches. You get a mother taking starch. She can easily develop even anemia, because anemia is common in pregnancy.
Yeah, I've seen that actually.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's very important to observe food diversifications to control these issues, feeding disorders like you've said, morning sickness, constipation, heartburn issues.
Wow.
Yes.
That is really good to know, because I think that is a part whereby people really don't care about. But it's lack of knowledge. Kumanisha, what I'm actually impressed, that morning sickness can be monitored. Like ni kitu inaweza function, inaweza controliwa, which is really good to know, because I thought it's just, you see how something is just normal to happen to your life. Like, unanielewa? Like imefanyiwa a norm, like it should be happening like that. But based on what I'm listening to you, it's not really a must to go through those kind of issues. Really, that is so encouraging. Now let's jump to another question here that their viewers did ask. Are there any specific foods or, okay, I think you've really answered that one, specific food or supplement that expecting mothers should avoid, or have you really answered that?
I can answer that.
That's okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Now that's a very good question. That what can a pregnant mother avoid? Most people know what I can eat, but what should you avoid? One, we see there increased nutritional requirement in pregnancy. Calcium, iron, folic acid, and etc. So we now come, what other foods that inhibit absorption of this food, of these nutrients? There is what is called nutrient interaction. Food, drug, nutrient interaction, or food, then food and food interaction. You get this food inhibits absorption of this food. Like when a mother takes food that is rich in iron and calcium, and now comes and takes food that is rich in caffeine or nicotine. Caffeine and nicotine products bind or inhibit absorption of calcium and iron. So this mother can get deficiency of iron and calcium. So a pregnant mother should really avoid taking food alongside things that are rich in caffeine and nicotine.
Oh, wow.
And for that reason also, a pregnant mother should avoid taking alcohol. You should take alcohol, because taking alcohol during pregnancy can easily give you a high chance of giving birth to a lower birth weight baby, or even it can lead to death.
Oh, it does?
Yes, because you give birth to a low birth weight baby, then challenges and complications can arise.
I hear that.
So she should avoid alcohol, taking foods that inhibit absorption of these essential minerals that you need and vitamins, so that you have a healthy baby that will survive, grow, and develop well.
Wow.
Yes.
So let me just ask, this is just a by the way question. Most women tend to have this, they call them cravings. So now, because you're talking about the food to avoid and to eat, I would love to know about the craving. Is this something that somebody can do away with, or what it really is? Now, why is it specific that the baby wants this specific kind of a thing?
Okay. Thank you so much. In pregnancy, there is what is called pica.
Okay.
Pica is the urge of wanting to eat what is not food substance. You feel like eating some soil. You feel like eating charcoal. And these are dietary disorders that women tend to develop when they are expectant. One, you need to ask yourself, why am I eating this? Now that it's not a food component, it's not aiding anything in my health. Why am I eating? You can be eating some soil or some charcoal, maybe of deficiency of calcium, iron. That's why I'm saying, before pregnancy, make sure that your nutritional status are good in terms of normal electrolytes, normal weight. Everything should be normal. You should have normal iron and calcium, so that you control these conditions of pica and cravings.
So it's something that can be controlled.
If you have everything in adequate, you have adequate iron, adequate calcium, it's something that you can control.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That is really good to know, because again, I go back, inakanga ni kama a norm. It's normal for a mother to have those kind of cravings, whereby I used to ask myself, how, especially our mothers back in the time when you was there, how is walikuwa na survive aje? Because I believe that time vitu kama nataka fries, nataka zipikwe in a certain way, that was totally different then and now. So wao walikuwa na survive aje based on how they could live life back then and now? Because unapata the more tunaendelea, it's like now kuna more crazy complications, you know. Okay.
Now, when it comes to craving, in terms of you feel like taking this meal and this meal, you know, a pregnant mother, this is not a person with normal general health.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I started by saying this is a person that is in vulnerable group. We can say it's like a child.
Oh, I get that.
So even the needs, the preferences change. And this is same to a sick person. The way a sick person eats is not the way a healthy person eats. So there are a lot of changes that take place, because as I told you, there are changes in metabolism in the body. There are changes in food preferences. So that one it can be understood. And what I can tell mothers, you just need to observe, take something that is recommended, it is quality and the right quantity. Because when you take something that is recommended, and even if it is of different preference, it will help you. But now you should not you should avoid abusing one type of food.
Abusing, that's the word. Yes.
Because your preference can lead you to starch.
That's right.
Yes. So in this manner, if your preference leads you to starch and you take other foods and maybe it induces vomiting, then that's where we can now employ the use of supplementation.
Supplementation.
Yes.
Okay. I hear you. Let's jump into, like, maybe we have very few minutes. I think we can jump into breastfeeding, at least to touch something, a little bit of it. And I love this one question. What are the key health benefits of breastfeeding for both the mother and the baby?
Okay, thank you so much. Breastfeeding is the recommended feeding mode of a baby under 6 months exclusively. And with the introduction of complementary feeding from 6 months and continued breastfeeding up to 2 years and even beyond, the way the mother feels like. So this is the most recommended mode of feeding because it provides food for the child at the right temperature, at the right quality, at the right hygiene. It even protects this baby from getting other respiratory infections and diarrhea issues that are related to diarrhea, so or loose motion. So breastfeeding is very, very important because the baby is able to get good immune factors. When the baby breastfeeds, the baby develops natural immunity to diseases and infections. When the baby breastfeeds, this baby develops good nutritional status in terms of normal weight. Because with breastfeeding, you can easily get that this baby is getting adequate, not too much in excess or deficient. So this baby can avoid issues of obesity or underweight. Then with breastfeeding, again, this baby is able to get milk at the right hygiene. You know, this milk has not been contaminated. So this baby is able to get the milk at the right hygiene. And for this reason, this baby is able to develop well. And for this reason, we say that it is survival, development, and growth. When the baby breastfeeds well, the baby will survive. So comorbidities, morbidity, and even other complications that may result from maybe the delivery, they can be controlled. Then this also child is able to grow well, to develop well. Like we have cognitive development, we have gross motor skills, we have fine motor skills, we have language and skills, we have emotional development. So the baby is able to achieve every developmental stage well and at the right time. So breastfeeding remains the best mode of feeding for the babies.
Wow.
But now for the mother, it also reduces chances of breast cancer. Yes.
Wow.
So we advise our mothers to breastfeed.
That is
It helps to reduce chances of breast cancer, and it also delays conception. Yes.
Wow.
So when you breastfeed, your chances of conceiving is reduced. And when a mother delivers, your uterus to come back to normal. It's called involution. Your uterus to involute very fast. Also, breastfeeding aids involution of your uterus. So breastfeeding helps your uterus to come back to normal. So it is very, very important for the mother. First, it will help her generally, the health and even the psychological. Yes,
wow, that's interesting.
it will help this mother. So it is beneficial to the mother and to the child.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Mr. Silas, unfortunately, that is sweet, very short, but now the time is way done. For the sake of the viewers, kindly briefly in a second also, I don't know, tell them much about just something to leave them with to consume, and then they would want to come to Plainsview for that.
Okay. Thank you so much, our viewers, for working with us and learning with us. It has been short, and I hope that we'll have more time to engage. And it's very, very important that the health of a mother is diagnosed pre-pregnancy, during pregnancy, is monitored, and even after delivery of this child. You know, your child status is determined by your pre-pregnancy status. When you have normal nutritional status, you will give birth to a healthy baby. You can give birth to a baby with good mental capacity, the baby who achieves normal milestones at the recommended time. So I encourage all mothers that when you conceive, make sure that you have everything that you need nutritionally inadequate. And during pregnancy, make sure that you visit your nutrition clinics, you visit your antenatal clinic, have a sit down with your doctor and engage in what you need and what you don't need to take during pregnancy. And after delivery, make sure you breastfeed your baby for 6 months, and you start complementary feeding at 6 months with continued breastfeeding up to 2 years. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Silas. That was really a good one. I appreciate your time so very much. Asante sana. Mungu akubariki for that. So for our viewers, again, thank you so very much for listening to us and tuning in. You're such a blessing to ICTV and also to Plainsview. For contacts matters Plainsview, we will write down a contact. Maybe you can call them there and get to know much about them. And anyway, you can also visit. So that's all. So thank you guys and God bless you.
You are watching In Christ Television. You need to be heard.